Today I want to show you how to make these beautiful shimmery mermaid tails. So I'm using periwinkle from Soapbox Micas and aqua pearl mica from Brambleberry, and I'm using some leftover soap dough. I can't tell you what micas I used for these because they were a blend, but this is some soap dough left over from another big project. And this paintbrush already has purple on it from when I did the blue tails. But let me show you what I've been doing, and it makes it go so fast. So let's see, we'll do the purple first since our paintbrush is already purple. I just kind of paintbrush some mica in here. Now this is a nice, beautiful, clean surface that I have put together just for this video, but let me tell you, when I'm making a bunch of these, my work table is basically just covered in mica and little flecks of soap dough. You'll see, here it starts. Here starts the mess. You want to tap out the mica, and then you want to take your soap dough, make sure that you knead it to get it nice and pliable, squish any little chunks that might have dried up. And the trick to doing this is you want to smush it into the mold, not press it. If you press it, you're going to get air bubbles. So you want to put a little bit in, and you want to really just smush it against the inside. You don't want to totally fill it yet. Your main goal is to get it tight into the grooves, and as you're squishing and sliding it, it helps it to slide out any air bubbles. Whereas if I just took a big chunk and smushed it in, I would trap the air bubbles in the bottom. Once you have it smushed on the inside, that's when you start bulking it up. But again, you want it to meld. If I just were to squish this on top, there would be a separation between the layers of soap dough. So you just really want to slide it across. But you also want to build it up. You don't want it to be concave in there. If it's concave, then when you lay it on your soap bar that you want to add it to, it will trap air bubbles underneath it. So you want to build it up so that it's at least flat, if not a little bumpy on this side. And it's okay if it's bumpy, that will actually help it grip. And then you just want to clean up the edges. So I just wipe my finger around the edges, try to get that as clear of a line as I can between the end of the mold and the soap dough. And then I love this pink silicone mold. It's it's thick, so it holds up while I'm pushing, but it's also very flexible. So then you just want to loosen up the edges a little bit. And then I'm going to tip it over and just kind of pull the edges out while pushing down with my finger in the middle. And there is a beautiful mermaid tail. So this is pink with a little purple highlight. Now let's try it with the green. Now I still have some purple in there, and I'm okay with that because mermaid tails are beautiful when they're multi-toned and iridescent looking. So I'm just going to add some of that pearl green mica, and hopefully we'll pick up a little bit of that purple too when we unmold it. And then always tap it out just because you don't want chunks of dry mica there. And so you can see my surface is already looking kind of dirty. It's not really dirty. This is just soap and mica, and it's all the same soap and mica that's going into it. So you want to try to keep a clean work surface, but at the same time, you just go with what you have. But you want to keep your tails nice and clean. We're going to smush it, make sure that it's nice and pliable. And again, starting with small bits, we're going to push it into the mold and slide it towards the edge. Slide it. You want to slide it across that center tail and slide it out to the edges. And slide it toward the edges. And then we're going to, whoops, it's starting to pull up. And that happens. So we build that up, and then again, we're just going to go with the outline, make sure that we've got a good clean line. If you don't get a good clean line around it, what you'll get are these little bits that kind of hang off the side, but those are easy to get rid of too. You just knock them down with your finger. But if you can not get them in the first place, that's the best thing to do. All right, we're going to stretch it out around the edges. And then tip it over and push down the center. Ooh, it did pick up a little bit of that purple. That is so pretty. So we're going to add these to our collection of blue tails that I already have. I'll show you those. So we're getting ready for a really pretty mermaid soap project coming up.